Hello, welcome back to Rigger Knits. On my channel, I talk about all things knitting, and today I have a little summer inspiration video for you all. So, I have curated a little list here on my iPad. I'll try not to drop it. So, apologies if I am looking down. All the information's here. But yeah, I have been going through Ravelry. I've been watching people's TikTok videos and YouTube videos for some inspiration, and everything I have here is things that I would love to knit myself. So hopefully you'll find a little bit of inspiration from this video. So I have three categories of knits. I have tops. A lot of these are like camis or tank tops, but there is a couple that are, I don't know, slightly different. Jumpers ish is the next category after that. I think there's only one thing that I would actually call a jumper in there, and everything else is, well, we'll get to it. And then my last category is dresses slash sets slash trousers. Because I didn't have very much of any of those, so I just whacked them into one category. So yeah, let's get into it. These aren't like organized in any particular way. It's just what I found on Ravelry. So yeah, tops first of all. So the first top I am going to talk about is the Knitlet by Simone Berg. I'm actually knitting this one myself. I just cast it on a couple of days ago. I'm not too far through. You do like the back, or it can be the front because it's reversible. But yes, the high like neckline part, and then you knit it as a rectangle basically, and then do some armhole increases, and I'm just on the armhole increases. So I cast this on a couple of days ago. I want it to be ready in about 2 weeks because I'm going on holiday and I want to be able to wear it, and I need to have it done, blocked, dried, ready to pack. So I'm aiming, it's Sunday I need to charge my watch. Sunday, the 7th of June right now when I'm filming this, and I want it ready for Saturday the 20th. So I have 13 days. Anyway, I'm documenting this whole thing with like a little series on TikTok. So if you're interested in seeing how that goes, follow me on there. I've seen people do it with the Eve dress. Is it the Eve dress by Le Pill? I think that's what it is. So I'm kind of just mimicking those series and doing it with the Knitlet, which hopefully will be a lot less time consuming than knitting a whole dress anyway. But let's talk about this piece. So yes, it is a reversible tank top slash singlet, hence why it's called Knitlet. Similar shape to this top I'm wearing actually, whenever you wear it with the low part at the front. So it's a boat neck if you wear it, with the high neck, and then it's just like kind of like a scoop neck sort of situation like this top. If you wear it that way round, and it calls for a strand of Lena and a strand of tin Lena held together by Sanasgarn. So the one I'm knitting is with Sanasgarn, and it is the color Acorn I've gone for my version, and I am knitting the size small. So for the bust circumference, my bust circumference, I don't know if this is TMI, but it would measure, I think, like 85 centimeters. And this piece is designed for 12 centimeters of negative ease. The size small the garment measurement is 69 centimeters. So that is actually 16 centimeters of negative ease. So it will be tight fitting, but I think that would look nicer than if I did a size up and I only had like 5 centimeters of negative ease. Yes, I think it'll be a lot nicer. So saves me a little bit of extra knitting anyway, so it'll help me with my deadline to knit the smaller size. But yeah, I just think this is so cute that I can see there's like a contrasting like collar on one of them. I've seen people do whip stitch, which I think is so cute, and I might actually do that myself, but probably not before I go to France. But yeah, Love that one. The yarns, the fabric, whenever I'm knitting up, does feel quite thick, so I don't know how it's going to fare in like 30 plus degrees Celsius weather, but we will just have to wait and see. But it is, I think it's like a cotton, a viscose, and a linen is what those yarns are made out of. Off the top of my head, not 100% sure. Yeah, I checked it is cotton, viscose, and linen. My next pattern then is the limoncello top by Ulan Knitwear. Ulan Knitwear, I don't know how to say that, apologies. I think this is so cute and a little bit sexy. I just love that little adjustable tie thing in the middle. It looks so effortless, and the back is like fully open. This looks so lovely. Definitely one that I want to knit. Um, Only 6 sizes though. So although because you're adjusting it with a tie, maybe it can be quite versatile. I don't know. Um, yeah, I think this looks so lovely and would really do well on like a summer holiday or on like a really hot day. So suggested yarn is Pure Silk by Knitting for Olive, which is 100% silk and loosely plied, and it is fingering weight, but the gauge for this top is 25 stitches across 4 inches and no like row gauge, I think. Yeah, just a width gauge, but that's fine by me. Not too many projects on Ravelry, actually, only 9. Is this like an unknown one and I've just come across it? Oh well, I think it's absolutely beautiful. I can imagine this in like a lime green or a hot pink or a bright yellow, limoncello top in bright yellow. Beautiful. The next pattern I have to talk about then is the camisole number 9 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. I have knit this one. Unfortunately, it accidentally got washed in a normal wash and it did felt. I'm still devastated about it. I want to knit this again, but I'm not rushing to do it because, oh my god, I remember doing the armhole and like neckline edging where there's like the tiniest little bit of ribbing, and then I think you knit, do you knit twice the like length and then fold it over and then knit it down and bind off at the same time? Could be that. I remember the bind off taking absolutely ages. And then there's some bit where you add kind of like a chain of knit stitches along the edge as like an option to do. I can't remember. I think I did do that, but yeah, time consuming. So I'm not rushing at the minute to knit this one this summer. But yeah, it is very much a staple and very beautiful and gorgeous. So yes, let me see. The suggested yarn is either Knitting for Olive merino or cotton merino or pure silk. Ooh, which one did I use? I don't even think I have a photo of this. I don't even have a photo of this on my projects. Oh, cool. I didn't even write what yarn I used. Mystery then. But yes, it felted. So I'm really keen to knit another one. I had this gorgeous, like, it was like in a white color, but I would love to do it in maybe like blue, or that black one is beautiful, or brown. I'm really into brown these days. Even like a color like this is kind of like dusty purple color. Ugh. Yeah, it's a really very much a basic but absolutely gorgeous, and yeah, the pattern was straightforward enough to follow. This is one of the earlier things I knit, I would say, and I definitely didn't struggle with it. It's the only annoying thing is the tiny little gauge, the tiny little needles, and also the edging, the like armhole and neck edging. Other than that, beautiful, gorgeous, love it. The next pattern then is another kind of little sexy one, and this is the Brooklyn backless top by Made by Rosh. I have seen this one on Instagram. I think I'm following somebody who test knit it, and I just think it's so gorgeous. So this one, obviously I haven't knit it. It's a little it's one I would love to knit. Um, it says it's made to measure and it's designed for any gauge. So that is really cool. You could literally knit whatever you like whatever yarn you want to choose for this. Although if you're doing like it as a summer top, I would definitely recommend like cotton or linen or whatever instead of like any kind of wool or merino or mohair or anything like that. Looks like it won't take ages as well since it's backless. Maybe I would be better knitting this one for my holiday instead of the knitlet. Yeah, I think this is so cute. It's been out for about a year. I can see 42 projects on Ravelry. And then yeah, you do need a little bit of like hardware. You need something like those little circles, those little like hoops for like the top and the bottom on the back, which probably isn't something that most people would have in their like stash. Oh, there's somebody who did like looks like a chain or something instead. That's cool. That's a cool little modification. Yeah, I think that one's very, very gorgeous, very sexy, and definitely will allow a little bit of air to come through. Very much summer knitting, and you could totally imagine somebody wearing this to, like a festival or something too. The next one then is the mixed rib cami by Florence Miller, which I've seen a lot of people talk about, and this is one actually I wasn't sure about including on this list because I don't know if I actually would ever knit it. It just seems a little bit maybe too basic. Like I do love a staple, but this one's like it's got something else going on, but it's still a little bit basic. I don't know if it's 100% my taste, but hey, I could have it next summer. I could knit that next summer. Um so this one, the suggested yarn is Knitting for Olive Merino, and the gauge is 30 stitches and 38 rows over 4 inches or 10 centimeters in the mixed rib pattern. I have knit the step-by-step sweater by Florence Miller before, and the pattern is very, very well written, especially for beginners. That jumper is designed for beginners though, so I'm not sure how this pattern would be written, but I imagine it's really, really well written and easy to understand. Yeah, I've seen people talk about this. Oh my god, there's so many projects on Ravelry for this one. Wow. This is a really popular one. 1,415 projects on Ravelry, and we all know not everybody logs all their projects on Ravelry. Wow, that is an awful lot. So yeah, there's a lot of inspiration in there if you want to go see different like colors, different fits and things like that. You could have a look in the projects if you're keen to knit that one. But I just thought I had to include it. I've heard about it too much. This next pattern is something I have just seen actually, like as I was looking for patterns. I'd never seen it before, and I think this is so beautiful. This is the Shanghai top by A Pilot's Daughter Travels, who I've never heard of before, but oh my goodness, this is like the cutest little, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but you know those like cute like Asian tops and dresses and things with that opening with the buttons there, and the shape of like the neckline and the little cap sleeves is reminiscent of that. Oh, this is so beautiful. This could be worn on a night out, worn casually. You could really, really get away with this anywhere. I think that's so cool. And I love that green color she's done it in. Imagine that in like a bright purple or a bright pink. Oh my goodness. So wow, a lot of knitting for olive in this video. Recommended yarn is Knitting for Olive Pure Silk, which I think would be a really good choice for this top, to be fair. Oh, there's a long sleeve version too, or a cap sleeve. Cool. So you could customize it a little bit. But anyway, yes, there is all this cute little it's really is like the collar and the little like opening bit that makes me love it so much. But there's also lace at the ends of the sleeves and the end of like the body of the jumper. Oh my goodness. Not too many projects of this one. Only one on Ravelry with a picture. And it's not even finished. But I just think that's so gorgeous. I just haven't seen anything like that before, and I pure like mouth open whenever I first came across it. The next pattern is one that actually has been on my list for a while, and I ended up sort of knitting a dupe. Well, not really a dupe because this other one came out before this pattern. So this is the Groovy Tank by Midsummer Knits. Um when did this come out? Last summer? I remember there being a test knit call, and I applied for it and didn't get it, but I really, really wanted to test it. Because I didn't get it, I ended up knitting. I'm not even going to try and guess what it is. A different tank top anyway that had like a similar sort of rib pattern. Um, but I just think this one, I don't like the one I did. This the sleeve or the straps are too thin, whereas this one has like thicker straps. So everything's a lot more secure. But I just think this one is so beautiful. And I love, I don't know what it is. I'm very parasocial about Emma from Midsummer Knits. I like watch everything that she posts. And I did her knit along and everything for her Tilton socks, but I don't know. She has a lot of really really gorgeous patterns out there. Um, I preferred this one to your Heartless tank, which is a really well known one, but I think this Gravy tank is just it's is that picture of the orange one is just so absolutely beautiful. So yes, recommended yarn for this one. I think there's two different recommended yarns, and they're both sock yarns. So you could probably just knit this with any sock yarn. How much would you need? Probably just over a skein for the smaller sizes, and then the larger sizes you might need 2 or 3 skeins. Yeah, I just love. There's something about the like cups, the way the ribbon goes, like as it gets to the chest, with the one like rib bit still coming up the middle. I just think that looks so gorgeous. Yeah, I want to knit this one. Not this summer. I've too much on, but maybe next summer. My next one then is I have put it in this tops category, but the inspo photos I can see it's nearly being worn like a vest, but I imagine you could wear it as a top, as long as it's not too itchy or anything. This is the Augustine's number 37 by Augustine's or Anne Sophie Velling. Um, it's so girly. It's that kind of like would you consider that peplum? Just the way it like goes in and then goes out again. I don't know if that is like exactly peplum, but oh, I think it's so lovely. And I love the way it's styled with the big white top underneath. On Ravelry looks to be, yeah, tweed yarn. Filcolana Tilia or tweed by Kit Couture. Maybe wouldn't be the nicest when it's just on your skin, but if you could get like a nice soft tweed or something, I'm sure you could just wear this without anything else underneath it. um Imagine that in like pink, like a light pink. Very cute, very girly, which is something I'm really leaning into recently, like girly knits. There's like a little bit of like frilly lace at the bottom too, which I'm really, really enjoying these days as well. Yeah, I really wanted to knit an Augustine's pattern for ages. There's another one she has that I love. I think it's Augustine's number 16, but I'm like, it's not the most practical thing. Like, I can't imagine where I would wear that or when I would wear that. Whereas this one, I can't imagine myself wearing this in summer or in work with like a little t-shirt underneath. Oh, sorry, I've just realised it. So the yarns are held together, lace and iron weight. Two different gauges are used when knitting the top. The yoke is 1 gauge, and then the skirt, which I suppose is the bit that comes out after the little cinched in bit, is a different gauge. Okay, interesting. Oh yes, yes, it is. It is 2 strands held together of tweed by Kit Couture and Tilia by Filcolana. Whoopsie daisies. Yeah, I just think it's very, very like it would be flattering on anybody, I imagine. You could also, this is 100%, you could wear this in like autumn or spring as well. It's definitely not just a summer knit. My final top then to talk about is one that I have cast it on. I'm not actively knitting it at the minute, but it is one that I will be working on. I probably won't have it for this summer because I've got a lot of other whips going on. And it is the Carry Sweater by Calibri by Joanna. So I am knitting the long sleeve version of this. I kind of want to wear it more as a tight jumper or like a long sleeve top. But I've seen a lot of people have done it without the sleeves, which is an option. Um, and just wear it as like a tank top. One thing I did talk about this pattern in my last video where I don't think the pattern is written all that well, but if you're willing to persevere, or if you want to hear why I think it's not that well, obviously you can watch my last video. It's just the edge stitch explanation is a little bit confusing. But you could just wing it. You could just do whatever you want for the edge stitches potentially, and it would be fine. So this one here is knit in Cardiff Cashmere Classic. The one I'm doing is in Cardiff Cashmere Classic in the color Yuva, and you are knitting with one strand, but you're, I think, for the crisscrossy like cutout part, I think you're always knitting with two balls because you need to have two balls to enable the crossover situation to happen. So just something to keep in mind. It can get a bit annoying when there's more than one ball. So if that's not your vibe, maybe don't knit this one. But yeah, I think it's so cute, and especially in the Cardiff cashmere. It's so lovely and soft, like next to skin. Oh, I am a simp for Cardiff Cashmere Classic. So I would recommend you knit it in that, but that's just my own thing. I know how dear it is. What is it, like £15 a ball? And I had to buy like 8 balls or something for that jumper. It was a birthday present. I got a gift card. I wouldn't just splash out like that all the time. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, this could be like a real nice basic. You could do it in like a lovely kind of basic color, or you could be really fun with this and do it in like a bright color. I do absolutely love that yellow. I think it's so gorgeous. See, like a bright red or a black, I think would be absolutely lovely, or like a blue or whatever. Oh, the only thing I had to be a little bit careful with was I didn't want with the gauge you can kind of see through it, so I didn't want my whatever I'm wearing underneath to be visible. So that's just something to keep in mind if you're, I feel like it would affect, oops, I'm dropping my mic. I feel like it would be more see-through in a lighter color, so just something to keep in mind. And that is the end of the tops section. Apologies if the angle is different. I had to have a little dinner break there. Anyway, my next category of things to talk about is jumpers ish. So the first one is probably the only thing that I would consider to be an actual jumper in this category, and it is the Sevilla blouse by Petite Knit. And I have knit this one before, and I have it right here. Let me show you. So cute. It's just been washed and was like drying on the drying rack. And I have a little label saying made by Claire here. I'm Claire, by the way. um so yes, my version, I knit that in Issir Yarn Palette and Issir Yarn Trio 1, held together, both of them in the colour navy, and I did the size small. This has to be one of my favourite pieces that I have. I think it's the color. I just do love a good navy jumper. Um, because you're holding two yarns together, there's like definite, like, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera here, but there is like bits where there's like darker bits of yarn through it, and I just think it just like makes the piece a little bit more interesting to have those little darker bits through it. But I just love this. It's like it's got a rolled kind of boat neck situation happening, which is a little bit, I do love a boat neck, but then you have to be specific about wearing what you're wearing underneath it. Like I could probably wear this top because it's so like wide. But you can't just wear a normal t-shirt because it looks silly. You could wear like no t-shirt and it would be fine, or you could wear a tank top or something and that would also be fine. But you can't just wear like a normal t-shirt that the neck is like up here anywhere. Yeah, it is definitely a basic piece, but I just adore it. I want to reach for it every single day. um and it goes well with so much stuff, like all of my jeans, leggings, It's in the summer category because I'm just picturing myself when in those cooler nights, sitting with a pair of like jorts on and my little Birkenstock clogs and just having a little after dinner glass of wine or something outside. That's what I'm imagining for this one. The yarns as well. So it is recommended to either knit it in Sannisgarn Lena and Tin Lena, which I've already talked about for the knitlet, and those are cotton, linen, and viscose. Um, Isir Yarn Palette and Isir Yarn Trio are also really good summer yarns. So palette is 100% cotton and Isir Yarn Trio 1 is 50% linen, 30% cotton, and then 20% tencel slash lyocell. I think that gives it some elasticity potentially. So it creates this Aran weight yarn overall, but yeah, it's not something you could wear in those warmer days. Definitely, since it's a jumper too, you're not getting too much air through, but it is. I just love this. I would 100% knit it again in a heartbeat. Maybe I'll knit it in Santa's Garden Lena and Tin Lena next instead of the Isir yarn uh combo that I did. Yeah, I absolutely love it. It just it's so it just looks good with everything. And the little pictures I have on my Ravelry of me wearing it, I just think it just makes me look so good. um so then moving on, my next pattern is a brand new one. I think this was released on like Friday or Saturday potentially. And it's Sunday now. This is another Made by Rush pattern, and this is the Mombasa mohair blouse. So this again, it's made to measure and it's designed for any gauge. I feel like all of her patterns potentially are like that. That might be like a thing that she does for all of her patterns. Um, but yeah, I just think that those very first pictures of her with like the blue, very see through, like cover up type thing, perfect for summer. That is what you need whenever you are just wearing a swimming costume or something and you need to throw something over the top of it for lunch or whatever. It is mohair though. I think that first one is mohair. Let me see, hold on, what yarn? Design for any gauge, made to measure. La, la, la. Oh god, I'm just thinking mohair because it says it in the pattern. I mean, it does look cute with mohair, but yeah, if you're a sweaty gal, mohair and this might not be the one, but you could potentially hit the same gauge, even though there's not any gauge. You could knit this in with a very loose open gauge with a cotton or linen yarn or a little fingering weight yarn or something instead. Like the possibilities are endless. But I do think that mohair one is so cute, especially in that colour. I love my blues. My next pattern is one that I have on my queue and I will knit it eventually. I have the yarn for it and everything. And this is the Jelly Top by My Brins or May Brins. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. So this is a mohair pattern and it's got like different kind of gauges. I have not bought or read the pattern yet, so I'm actually not sure how that is achieved at all, but I feel like it's just different gauges. Like I can see there is two needle sizes there, a 4.5 millimeter one and a 2.75 millimeter one. So I imagine for those cinched in bits, it's just a case of changing the needle, but I don't know. Really wide size availability goes from, hold on, let me read, a 71-inch bust circumference up to 158 bust circumference. So this one, yeah, I just think it's so cute. A very cute layering piece. You can knit it without sleeves too, which is definitely an option. Probably still wear something underneath it, but it would make a cute little layering tank top sort of piece. But yeah, I am going to knit mine up. I really like the thought of doing it in white, but I already have a top that's so similar in white that I didn't want to just basically copy that. So I have got I went for knitting for Olive soft silk mohair in the colour, I can't remember, it was a lovely blue one. Hold on, let me check what I went for. Okay, I can't find the email where I ordered it, but I want to say it's like Dusty Petroleum or something is the name of the one that I am the colorway that I bought. So I can't wait to knit it up. Another blue jumper for me. I think I'm going to miss the summer season for this one, but who cares? I can just wear it in September. It's still usually kind of warm in September here anyway. Well, warm according to me. I don't do well with the heat. Again, because it's mohair, might not be amazing for summer, but on those cooler days, I just think it looks cool. It's a cool little piece. My next one is another one that I am knitting, and this is a free pattern actually. It's called Rave Sleeves by Mary J. All of these patterns, by the way, as always, the link to the Ravelry page is below, so if you're interested, you can go and find them. This one, the pictures on the pattern are a little bit like definitely like gothic rave. Do you know what I mean? um, I am knitting up my version in. Hopefully, I've added the yarn somewhere. I have. I'm knitting my version up in Yarnsmith's Pebble Haze Prince DK in the colorway Salterton. I did start this ages ago. I started this last summer and I put it on hold because I was like, I'm not going to use it last summer. I'll wait until this summer and then I'm going to use this basically as like a little piece to put on over the top of my swimming costume. Hopefully, again, the yarn I'm using is a little bit like is it a blown yarn or something? It's like fluffy. Let me see. It is cotton and acrylic, but it is fluffy, so I'm hoping that it won't be like crazy like overstimulating whenever I'm a bit sweaty. But yes, I have done like the body for that one so far, and I need to then go back and do the sleeves for them. It is on a bit of a slant. Whatever way the stitches go, they are like slanted, like on the bias, which might put some people off. I didn't really mind so much, but yeah, maybe just something to keep in mind because it kind of looks like the increases. I can't remember if it's raglan increases or not actually, but it looks like the increases are on different slants, which is a bit. If you're a perfectionist, you might not enjoy that. But yes, so far so good. It was definitely an understandable enough pattern, and it's free. So yeah, you can mix it up. You could do like a nice colorful one, you could do like a grungy color one, you could do whatever, but I think it can be super cute as a like bikini cover up nearly, even though it's not covering anything up. And in a similar vein, I have two patterns that I want to talk about together. So I found these as I was going through the like my summer Knitspo ideas. So the first one is the sporty tank, and the second one is the sporty shrug and sweater, and both of them are by Jack Studio. Um, the picture of the tank with the shrug, gorgeous. I love that. I really, really want that. Again, it's a little bit sexy. You can have a little bit of cleavage out and then still feel like covered up. With the sleeve situation, I just think that is so gorgeous. So if you are interested in this pattern, if you buy it together with the tank, then you get 50% off, but I think you have to buy them at the same time. So just something to keep in mind. But yeah, oh my goodness, I just love the look of this. I'm like just looking at the shrug pictures, but oh my goodness. And you could like mix up colors too. You could do the tank in one color and the shrug in another, but I think it looks really well whenever they are together. Oh my goodness, I'm just looking. I think there's thumb holes. I think there's thumb holes for the shrug or the sweater. There's thumb holes, and I was just thinking yesterday I really want to knit something with thumb holes. I was thinking about doing it for my carry sweater, putting like knitting the extra little bit and putting thumb holes in, but I don't know if I'll have enough yarn to do that. so cute. Like, oh, I love the neon yellow, bright pink. Beautiful. You could do more basic, like a muted blue. Me again with the blue. You could do like a lovely dark green. You could do like brown, my fave. Oh, I just talk about the same colours all the time. Yeah, I think this is really, really, I just love it. 2 for 1. We love a 2 for 1 where you get the shrug and the sweater in one pattern. Potentially one for me to knit at some point. Not actually too many people have got the photo of the set together in the Ravelry projects, but I just could not talk about that. Do you know what? I love doing these Knitspo videos because it really does actually help me find new patterns that I wouldn't have known about before. Anyway, that was the end of my jumpers ish section. My next section then is the dresses, sets, and trousers section. So, 2 dresses. My first one is one that I feel like a lot of people are talking about. I saw this on Instagram myself as well, and I was like, just taken aback. Like, I was like, this is so beautiful. The way it is on the mannequin and everything. Wow. And this is the Ethereal Dress by Sophia Holk Peterson, who I think is also known as Knit Slip, potentially. I love the asymmetry of this, that like dropped hem on the one side and the little cap sleeves, and then I just think that's beautiful, and especially whenever the top part and the skirt part are in 2 different colors. Wow. Like that green one with the like is it white or pink? I'm not sure. So let me say the recommended yarn is I think you just knit one yarn. So the 2 in the pattern are hand dyed .dk, fluffy alpaca mix, and hand dyed .dk organic merino 225. And I think it's just like one was used for the top, the other was used for the skirt. Gauge anyway is 17 stitches by 24 rows is 4 inches or 10 centimeters. And obviously you can like adjust the length of the skirt. Oh my goodness, so many of these are beautiful. You can adjust the length of the skirt to make it like mini or midi or maxi or whatever. Oh, those projects on Ravelry are so cute. But yeah, I just think it's cool. I haven't really seen it. I've seen a few tops like that maybe, but I haven't seen a dress like that. Oh, absolutely beautiful. It's bumped itself up my little queue in my head anyway. My second and final dress then is one that I have talked about before on here. I can't remember when it was, so probably a year ago. And I still haven't knit it. This is the Coastline mini dress by Ogla Knitwear Design. Yeah, I just think this is like a lovely. Obviously the ethereal dress was cool and like had like an interesting kind of aspect to it with the asymmetry and the 2 different colors and things like that. But this one is definitely a more basic one, like a little bit more formal potentially, whereas the ethereal one is more cool. um it has like the little ties so you can cinch it in at the waist, which is nice. So you could like adjust it, if you're having a lovely big pasta dinner on your holiday or something and you need to loosen the waist. We've all been there. Yeah, I just think it's a cool little detail. So recommended yarn for this one is one that I actually, because I really did consider knitting this myself, but I could not get the yarn. So recommended yarn: Sanascarn Mandarin Petite or Yarbo Colin. And I couldn't get either of those. The Sanascarn one is 100% cotton, and the Yarbo one is 65% cotton, 35% linen. And it looks like you just hold one strand of either. Again, with this one, you could adjust, like, you could have like a super mini skirt or something with this one, or normal mini, half a down the thigh, maxi, whatever you want to do. But obviously, you'll need more or less yarn depending on what you're doing. But yeah, I just think that's a little cute one. I could totally imagine myself wearing this on holidays, but not this year because I'm not knitting it right now. The next 2 that I have to talk about then is a little set. I had it in my head that the bottom part of this set was trousers, but apparently it's a skirt. I really hope there will be a trousers pattern release for this because I think this is so gorgeous. It is the jean top and the jean skirt by Calibri by Joanna. Um, I love this wavy pattern. There's a name for it. It's like fan and something. Wave lace pattern back and forth. There is a name for that kind of stitch pattern. It's called fan and something, and I can't remember. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, I just think it's very cute. Something about it is also very 2014 to me. It's like reminiscent of like the chevron pattern you would see everywhere, but um no, 100% like I I think this is so pretty, and you could do like all those like different colorways um that people have been doing their Olga jumper. Is that what it is? That petite knit one? Yeah, a lot of options. I do love the black and white there, but you could do like I don't know, like red and pink or blue and burgundy, or like a lime green and a like a nice yellow to go with it. A lot of options there. Um, yeah, there's also, I'm talking specifically about the top, but there's also, I think, like a tee and a jumper that can go with this. So you could knit the whole thing. You can mix and match. You could knit this, and that would be like if you're going like on a week long holiday, that could be all you wear. um, so the skirt, yeah, it's kind of cute. Wouldn't be my fave. Maybe if it was shorter, I would be more into it. But yeah, I would love to see a pair of trousers in this. And yeah, so suggested yarn for both of those is Majo Garn Sunny Linen. So yeah, definitely a summer yarn. This thing looks so cute, the two of them together. Obviously, you could wear the skirt with a different top or the top with a different pair of trousers, but wow, the two of them together is something else. My next pattern then, and my penultimate pattern, is a little pair of trousers. These are the summer pants by Sandnes Garn. Now, Sandnes Garn, I know whenever you try and buy their patterns online anyway, don't know if you can physically buy their patterns, but they make you like order the yarn and the pattern together. So hopefully you know exactly how much yarn you're going to need. Yeah, I just think this little lace pattern is so cute. The only thing that's a little bit funny about these is obviously the lace pattern goes all the way from like the waistband down. So there's holes in it up where your goodies are. So I would suggest maybe wearing a little pair of shorts underneath it if you care about covering up. Obviously if you don't, work away. But me personally, I yeah, unless I was wearing them over like a swimming costume or something, I would want to put like a little pair of shorts in underneath. Like I was just thinking, if I was to do it in black, I could wear like a little pair of black shorts underneath. Or if anybody is skilled at sewing, which I'm not, you could insert like a little pair of shorts, even like a little pair that matches the color of your skin. um you could maybe like just like sew it in at the waistband, and then have like the leg parts just loose. So just means whenever you're stepping in, you have to make sure the leg, like the leg of the shorts, lines up with the leg of the trousers. That's just an idea, but yeah, I just think they're really cool. Very cool, girl. I love that first picture when she's got like the shirt on and stuff, and like the little flip-flops. Yeah, those are cool. And because of the holes, they'll be nice and airy as well. But I've never actually knit a pair of trousers, so I don't know what kind of trouble you'd be having with knitting trousers. I feel like they would just take forever is the main issue there. But my final pattern of the whole video is another set of trousers, and these are the Sunny Pants slash shorts by Baby by Siv, BBY by Siv. Yeah, again, these look cool. Obviously, you can do them as shorts, but I think the trousers look class. They're like nearly like sweatpants, nearly giving sweatpants, but obviously they're a hand knit. And then they have these little tie bits on the sides, which I think are really cool. Um, Again, I feel like these would take a long time, but yeah, I just think they're very cool, and I loved. You can either do it all in one color, or because they're striped, you could do those cool color combos too. I do love a black and white. I don't know what I would do. Trousers, brown and blue potentially, brown and pink. Ooh, a lot of options. And the yarn, the suggested yarn is Sanascarn Lena and oh, Teclina. What is Teclina? Is it meant to be Tinlina? No, Teclina is another one. Okay, I've never heard of that one. Looks like the trousers there are knit in Teclina, but the shorts, the picture of the shorts they have is in just Lena. Oh, just looking at the sizing. So the trousers, small, medium, and large, is all the sizing you're getting there. And it doesn't really go into detail in the bio. Oh, there we go. Uh-huh. Yeah, there's not really a lot of detail about the sizing. We have different waist widths. 34 centimeters, 40 centimeters, and 46 centimeters. I assume that's like if you lay it flat and just measure from one side of the piece to the other, and that's not the entire circumference. And then hip width and legs width, there's only one measurement there. Okay, I don't know if these are going to be the most size inclusive. And then for the shorts, it says size small, in brackets, feel free to contact me for other sizes. Okay. Okay, maybe this isn't the best pattern for everybody, but I do still think it's cute. I could potentially knit those. I was thinking I wanted some like kind of like casual trousers for myself to wear that are hand knit. I think that would be really cool. But yeah, I do feel like it's a lot of effort because of how much yarn you would need to use for these. Anyway, that was the end of my personal summer knitspo. So hopefully you enjoyed it and hopefully you found some patterns you'd never seen before and you're feeling a little bit inspired for some summer knitting. Even though summer is here, I'm only just starting my summer knitting now. Yeah, I'm getting carried away with jumpers and things. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching to the end. If you liked it, please subscribe, leave me a little comment. I love reading my little comments and replying to them. And if you want to find me anywhere else, all my details are in the bio below. I have Ravelry and Instagram, which are both Rigger Knits, the same as this channel. And then I also have TikTok, which is my username is like at Claire Joy underdash, I think. Yeah, if you want to follow along with my little knit along, then follow me on TikTok. That's where I'm doing it. Yeah, thank you for sticking around, and I will catch you in the next one. Love you. Bye.